All right. Welcome everyone once again to our official kickoff call for TCL 50, where we'll go through introduction, we'll go through the Git Learning Module, and then we'll go through the first tickets for this week that we're going to work on. So let's get started. We're going to start with introduction. You tell us your name, where you live, your hobbies, what you do outside of coding, and anything else you want to share. All right, so I'm going to start. My name is Chamaka. I live in Nigeria. I work as a front-end developer. I joined Collab Lab as a Collabie, as a developer when I was still at bootcamp. So, and then after that, I started mentoring. Okay, Victor is here. Outside of coding, I like to watch movies. I like to go out and just outdoor events, any outdoor event at all. So yeah, that's me. Very short. All right, I'll pass it over to Clesta. You can go.
Hi everyone, my name is Clesta. I'm from Canada, but now I'm living in Tbilisi, Georgia, for the next 2 months. And I'm a self-taught front-end developer. I've been coding for a year now, and things I like to do. I like Sudoku puzzles. I like to go to the gym when I can, when I don't make excuses not to go. Yeah, and I love to take a lot of walks, long walks in the city. I'll throw it to Red Up.
Hey everyone, I'm a junior front-end developer in a small company here in Morocco, and I'm from Morocco. I also joined the Collab Lab as a developer at first, I guess in the spring cohort, and now I'm back as a mentor. I'm also a career transitioner. I've been doing marine mechanic stuff, and now I'm a developer. For hobbies, I love watching anime and reading manga, and traveling when I can. And I will pass it to Aristos. Aristos or Aristos, sorry, if I pronounce it
Aristos, yeah, Aristos, don't worry. Even in Greece, everyone mispronounce my name, so don't worry about it. Yeah, hello.
Sorry, but like Aristos is that the name of that
Aristotle, yeah, Aristotle, yeah, but
you used to study about him.
Yeah, it's Aristotle, the Greek philosopher, but it's a different name, yeah.
Okay.
But my friends call me whatever name you can imagine, so you can also call me whatever you want. I don't mind. Anyways, my name is Aristos. Hello, everyone. I am from Athens, Greece, and I live here as well. I work as a front-end developer since 2018. And yeah, it's my first time in Collab Lab as well. I decided to join because I think the purpose that Collab Lab serves is, let's say, natively within a way, it's a really nice purpose to serve, and I think that great things can be done here. And besides working as a developer, in my free time, I like to take photos, travel whenever I can. Not much now with COVID, but yeah, it's one of the things I love. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll pass it to Mide. Sorry, mispronounced your name, by the way.
Hi, everyone. No, my name is not mispronounced. You can call me Mide. So I'm a front-end developer, self-taught. I currently volunteer with Moms Free Code. I teach programming. My hobbies, okay, I live in Lagos, Nigeria at the moment. My hobbies, I love cooking, I enjoy traveling, and I like reading. And I think that's all about me. It's nice to meet everyone here.
You
Supposed
can
to
pass
pass
it
it
over
on,
to.
so I pass it on to Rachel.
Hi everyone. My name is Rachel, and you can also call me Mitchell. So the both are my names, Mitchell or Rachel. I am a final year undergraduate student studying psychology, and I'm a front-end web developer, and I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. And I love to listen to music, cook, or dance. So those are just my few hobbies. So I'll pass this on to Victor.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Victor.
Hello, Victor.
Hi. How are you?
I'm very fine, thank
Fine.
you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Okay, my name is Victor from Kenya. I'm a front-end developer, self-taught. My hobbies are watching soccer. I'm a Man United fan. I love coding. You know, I've watched a million tutorials, but when it comes to working in a team, that's the part that made me want to join Collab Lab. So yeah, I'm here to learn and network. So who am I passing next to?
I guess everybody is done.
I think.
Yeah, you were
Yeah,
the last one.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
All right. So nice to meet everyone. I'm really excited to be working with all of us for the next 8 weeks. All right, so we'll go over to the Git Learning Module, and Aristos is going to take us through that.
Yep. Yeah, let me begin. I will share my screen. We have prepared a very small presentation in which we are going to cover. Chiamaka, I think you have disabled the screen sharing.
All right, I'm sorry. Please try now.
Yep, perfect. So yeah, we're going to cover the basic things that we are going to need from Git. The barely basics that we need to know in order to collaborate with each other. I would just one moment because I'm sharing, but I can see you. Just give me a second. You can see my screen, right?
Yes.
That's strange.
Yes, we can.
Anyway, I can see you. That's the same, but it's okay. Anyways, so
Yeah,
do you?
Can't.
I
can't
can
because of Google Meet. That's the way it works. It's not like Zoom. Maybe
but
if
we
you
are
have
on
to.
Zoom.
Oh,
no,
weird.
I can see you from. Yeah, there is. Okay, I can see you now. Okay, perfect.
All right. I forgot that we are in Zoom. Sorry.
Anyway, do you guys have any previous experience with Git? Do you know what it is? Have you worked with it before? Just a yes or no answer is enough, so we know where we are.
Yes, I have worked with it before.
Okay.
I've worked with it before.
Okay. Well, just very briefly, Git is what we call a source control system. So what it does is that it assists people work together on the same code base. So if we didn't have Git, we should communicate every time how to push the changes on our shared code base in order to, to work together. And that would be really, really confusing. So what we're going to cover is how to create branches and how to switch to them, how to stage our changes, how to save our changes in the history, how to push, which means save changes to GitHub. What GitHub is, it is a layer on top of Git, which hosts our repositories that we make, and how to get the last changes, and finally, how to push our changes to the main branch, because when we work we start working from a main branch, which is let's say for the sake of it here the orange one. And when we want to make a change, we create a new branch from the main one. We do our changes, and then when we are done and we want to push our changes to the main branch, we create a PR, which means I'm stuck. Pull request, which means that we need to, to request from someone to review our changes and put our code into the main branch. So the most important terms that we need to know is our repository, our repo, as we used to say, which is just the collection of files, a collection of files under which that exist under a source control like Git. There are other source control tools, but the most famous one is Git. Remote is actually the mirror of our, let's say, the mirror of our files on GitHub. There are also other providers like GitLab, but at the moment GitHub is the most famous one. Then another important term is the branch, which is mainly what it says here is a working copy of the rep, and we always have the main branch as the single source of truth. And when we want to build something new, we create a branch that starts from the main branch, and we give it a name that we want, and we work from there. Then also an important thing that we need to know is what a commit is, which practically is like when we make a change, we say that we want to commit it. So it's actually a set of changes, as it says here, which shows us on that specific time what we changed regarding to the main branch. And a pull request, as I said earlier, when we want to make a change and push and add it to the main branch, we create a pull request. So we document what changes we have made, why and how, and yeah, someone approves that, someone sees it, and we move forward and we merge. And as it says here, it is specific to GitHub. For example, in GitLab, it is a merge request, but that's just the same name for a different name for the same term. And yeah, what this is, you saw this presentation earlier, what it's actually what it does. So we have our main branch. We have some commits. It's the first commit. You did also, all of you commits there the previous days to add your names. So this is essentially what we'll be doing, having the main branch, creating a new feature by creating a new branch. And when we are all ready and the changes are reviewed, we merge them to the main branch. And so after that, the changes are like here. So let's start. The first important command is the git checkout. So when we are on a branch, let's say we are on the main branch and we want to create, we want to start working on a feature, we check out to another branch. It basically tells Git that you need to, instead of being on the main branch, we need to go on another one. And and using the B option, we create a new branch instead of having an already existing branch. The second important command is git add, which stages our changes. What staging means is that you tell Git that look, I'm ready. I have done the changes that I made, and I want you to prepare them for committing them to my branch. And you can stage a single file, or you can just stage all the changes that you have made. moving on, what I'm explaining right now, I'll walk you through it later by making a short example to show you how it works. So after we have added our changes, we have staged our changes, we have to commit them, and it's one of the most important commands of Git, the commit option. What we usually do is using that command git commit m. M indicates that we want to pass a message after that, and we usually add a meaningful name to this git message, to the commit message, for us to know what changes we have made. And this is very important to have a descriptive and correct commit message, because in the future we need to go back and see what changes we have made. We may run onto a bug or something, so it's very important that the commit messages are short but descriptive. AM, as it says here, stages the tracked files and accepts an inline message. It's practically a git add and git commit altogether. But what I've seen, what most people do is first add stage the changes and then commit them. So after we have staged our changes, committed them, we want to push our changes to the repository, and we do that with Git Push. So it's very simple. We just do Git Push. U stands for update, which, as is described here, adds an upstream reference to the remote branch. Origin refers to the source, refers to the repo, and then the branch that we have. And actually, if you have the latest version of Git, this is not needed anymore. You can just do Git Push, and this is automatically done for you, but only if you have the latest Git version. So it's very handy, because you almost always do that, and Git just do it for you now. So most likely you can just get away with Git Push. So what Git Push does is push our branch to the repository that we have on GitHub. And we will see later what we'll do with the push that we did. But for now, when we want to get the latest changes, so let's say, for example, I'm working on something, my colleague has made some changes and they are merged on the main master. So I need to get these changes on my local machine as well. What I do is git checkout main to go to the main branch, and then I just do git pull. So it takes all the changes, and so that my local machine is up to date with the origin. Also, we have the pull request, which is what happens after git push. We have a pull request. I will show it to you in an example in a while. And then this is actually the reason that Git exists, the merge conflict. So let's say I'm working on a file, Reda is working on another one. We do some changes that overlap with each other. So what Git does is tell us that, hey, guys, you have some overlapping changes here. You need to review them and to decide what change should stay and what should be left out. And this is the only part regarding Git that needs communication between the people that work together, because maybe I'm not aware with some changes that Reda did, but I need to I need to keep them, so I will have to reach out to Reda, and not always, but sometimes him and ask for help about that. So let me go through a quick example. right here. There are also many UIs on top of GitHub. I usually prefer command line because once you get used to the command line, it's very, very, very fast. I'm not sure if I can hide this. Hide. No, no. Yep. Okay. So another useful command is git. Can you see my command line? Yes. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Another useful command is Git Branch. What Git Branch does is tell you what branch you are right now, and also will list all the other branches that exist on your local machine. So at the moment, you have all of you have made it some changes here on the contributors MD. So what I'm going to do is do a git pull to take all of your changes. And you see that I am now up to date with everything. So let's say that we need to build we start working, we have a new feature coming up, and we want to start working on a new ticket. So I go make my changes. Okay, I'll do it on the contributors MD. Add, I don't know, I will add a simple emoji. So what I need to do, first we need to commit to stage our changes. So we can either do git add, or I usually do git dot. It has small differences. Actually, git add adds all the stages, all the changes that I have done, whereas git add dot stages all the changes, but except the deleted file. So most of the time, git add and dot will be the easiest choice for you. But let's do git add all. Oh. What am I missing here? It's with capital A. Yeah, right. Perfect. So I have staged all my changes. Then I need to commit them. So and here, when we commit them, and it's very important that we always put a meaningful commit message for various reasons. You are going to realize throughout your career that having a meaningful commit message will help you a lot. And there are many tools that, for example, dictate the commit message, the form of the commit message. But keeping it, I will just keep it simple now, and okay. And now, after we committed, we just need to do a git push. Oh, I sort of shouldn't have done that because I wanted to show to you guys how to do a new branch. So that went well, but anyways, ignore that. Let's say that I never did that. Sorry about that. Before making a change, you want to work to a new feature. So git branch, git checkout. B is the option for the new branch. Cool, new. So now, as you can see, we have switched to a new branch. So again, we make our changes. Let's just, for the sake of it, revert the change that I did now. So again, we do git add all, we commit the message again. Okay, and now we push, and that was one of the reasons that I wanted to do that small, demonstration. When we do a push for a new branch, you see here that we get a new URL for a PR, for a pull request. So if we open that, we are taking to the pull request screen, and this is what all of us will be doing through this collaboration, and how it works on everywhere, on companies, and when people work together. So when creating the pull request, what you do is actually write a description of what our code change does, and for example, if you close an issue ticket, and as you can see here on the descriptions, there is a whole template for the description of the PR. So when someone gets inside the pull request, is very easy for him to see what is happening here. So description. Let's say yeah, so here, as you can see, you can put the issue that is associated with our GitHub issues that Reda is going to show you in a while. Acceptance criteria, it's not mandatory, and as you can see here, what sort of change is this? Is it a bug fix, a new feature, refactoring tests, update dependencies, or docs? And
sorry, Aristos, for the acceptance criteria, they can actually copy them from the issues.
Okay.
And just
okay, yeah.
And just check them to make sure that you filled all the acceptance.
Exactly, on the issues. Okay, yeah, you're right. So yeah, I'm not sure if we are going to be implementing this part. But anyways, after you write your description and you give it meaning a title as well, you can see the changes that this branch introduces and create a pull request. So when, for example, Chiamaka is going to review my change, she's going to go to the pull requests, see the PR that I have made, see the changes that I have done, and if she can either write a comment, do a code review, suggest something, or she can approve my changes, and then merge the changes, and then we will have a new feature merged into the main branch. So this is pretty much the process. I don't know if you have any questions at all, but this is all from me. Okay, thank you then for your time. I hope I made myself clear, because it's actually the first time I present GitHub to anyone, even though I've used it for a very long time. It's different to actually sit down and explain it. But yeah, even if something is not clear now, I'm here for you with anything that you need to ask, any questions at all. We're going to see more of Git in the following. Oh, sorry, Calista. Yeah, I didn't see you because I'm on different screens. Yeah.
Oh, good. I
Go ahead.
figured. I just have a quick question. So I saw the flow, the workflow. So once me and Victor, I think, are supposed to work on something this week. So once we finish and we make a pull request, we add ourselves as so we assign it to ourselves, and then we add as reviewers the other two people from the team. Is that right?
Usually, either me, Chamaka, or Reda will be doing the code reviews.
Okay.
So the process is that when you have done, when you are ready for us to do the code review, there's the link of the board. Let me find it really quickly. So yeah, you're here, you're working on the ticket. Say you start working with it, you put it on progress. It's when it's ready for peer review. So yeah, that's probably the step that you meant and I missed. You put it for peer review, so the other collabs will look at it, and then when it's ready, you transition it to ready for mentor review. So one of us takes a look at it and does the code review, and you actually work together, because this this is a process that sometimes is very fast, sometimes is back and forth, because someone suggests a change, leaves some feedback for you, proposes another way to do it, because for me it's one of the most important aspects of the job, taking the time to really see the changes that are introduced and be familiar with them, and give meaningful feedback. So yeah, Rachel, yes. I don't know if I covered your question, Calista. Sorry, I don't know. Yeah, perfect.
Let me add to that part where you showed the project. So when we are done, we are supposed to move it to the done projects, like this done, or the mentor will be the one to move it after review.
I think it's not a stand. I'm not sure, to be honest, how it has happened before in a Collab lab, but it's usually someone that takes the initiative at the moment. So for example, I do the review, I merge your ticket to the master, and then I usually will go and put it on done. But since you are the assignee on the ticket, you are there, and this is how it works, at least at my company, and how I've worked before. Since I am the assignee of a specific ticket, I am responsible, for that ticket until it goes to done. But it's not strictly transitioned from one member or the other. It's how it's a little loose, but what the important thing is that we have ownership of our work at every stage. So for example, if my boss comes, let's say that I have a review, let's say that at my work I have made a change and someone has reviewed it and merged it to master, but he has forgot to put it to done from the approved. If my boss asks me what's the status of this ticket, I will always know what it is, regardless of if he forgot to put it on done or not. And that's just a heads up that I might forget to transition your ticket sometimes. Okay, don't judge me about that.
Yeah,
but yeah.
So it's usually the collabs that move the tickets to done. So usually when we begin the week, when we go through the tickets now and then assign each of the collabs to what they work on. So we'll do the assignment on GitHub too. So when you're done with the implementation, you tag the other team for them to review. Just like Clester said. So when the other team reviews and then they approve the pull request, then you tag the mentors to review. And then when the mentors approve, you merge. So the people that implemented the feature are still the ones that will merge into the main branch. So when you merge, then you move it done that way.
Okay. I have one other question. The parts where you want to create a pull request, or are you supposed to like state what you did, like description of what you did?
Yes. Well, to be honest, I've seen that in the professional world, not everyone is very strict about it. But I think my mindset is that if you had a clear description and follow a right procedure at the beginning, I understand that it's very boresome and many of us don't feel like doing it, but it creates really good habits, and I think it overall helps very easily with the process. And you don't need to, and having a template like this really helps because there are points that you simply cover. It's not like writing an essay. You cover 1, 2, 3 things, and that's done.
Yeah, another nice thing about having a good description is it helps the person reviewing the pull request to know exactly what they're looking at and to know exactly what to look for in the code.
Exactly.
It's much easier that way.
Exactly. And here we are working on a simple project that doesn't have many issues, but imagine having another tool for managing your tickets and having 5, 4, 6 persons committing and creating PR requests and having to go and do the review. So having a description and mentioning the ticket that you're working on, and it makes it really easier for everyone to collaborate, because it also helps being asynchronous with each other. Because maybe I will, you will come to a point where you're going to make a review, but your colleague is not available at the moment, and you won't be able to reach him if you need him something. But if he has left good notes, or she, it will be much easier.
Yeah.
Okay. Will you give us the slides, like? So
yeah, sure. Sure. Yeah. Okay. I will share them with you. And at the end, there are some resources. I think that we'll need to cover some other things as well during our time here. But for now, I think all these commands that we covered here will make do, and please don't hesitate to ask me anything that you want, and not only me and Reda and Samak, of course. And even if we don't respond instantly, be certain that we will respond whenever we are available. So yeah, if you don't have any other questions, I think I can pass it on to Reda, right, for the next yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I can't see, I have hidden the toggle now, and I can't see how to stop sharing my screen. I don't know if Chamaka can do it for me now, but I really can't find it. Otherwise, I'm just going to log out and log in again.
I think Reda can go ahead to share his. I think he can
No,
share
I can't.
to your
I
own
can't.
Zoom.
Okay,
Ah,
perfect.
okay, I
Let
can
me see.
actually. I can. I can.
You can. Okay.
Yeah, I can. So let me see.
Okay, no.
Share screen. No. Sorry, just give me a second. I need to give it like I need to give it access to share screen. Sorry.
Let me log out and log in back so I stop sharing my screen. Okay.
Okay. So Reda, are you able to share?
Yeah, I'm able to share. Just I need to give the Zoom app the access to share my screen.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I can't remember the last time I used Zoom. I will be right back.
Maybe I'll just share my screen. So should we pair up for tomorrow or Tuesday so we can do the first and second issue? Okay.
Yeah, so your teammates and you are supposed to meet tomorrow to know when it's best for you to pair program.
Okay.
And look at your issue together. Yeah. Hi Reda, are you able to share now?
Reda, you're on mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So this is the issue we will be going through like in the next 8 weeks. I will just walk you through the 2 issues we will handle for the next week. And if you have any question, so I will start like just reading the issues. So the first issue is, as a user, I want to read the names of all the items in my shopping list. The most important feature of our app is the ability to look at what's on the list, so the user knows what they need to buy. The list component is the best place in our code to do that. In fact, this feature is already partially implemented. Refer to the acceptance criteria in this issue and the existing code to understand the work that remains. So the list component is already defined in the repo cloned in your local machine. The list component is rendered on the list page. Because the navigation links are currently broken, you will have to type that path into your browser address bar. So the list page is also already implemented. So you need just to type this on your like the bar for the URL. And this is they say here that the navigation links are currently broken, and it's like in purpose because this is the second issue actually is to fix the navigation links. We will talk about the navigation. So the acceptance criteria for this issue is the stream list items function is used in the AppJX to get the items in the current list from the Firestore database. the list is passed into the list component as a prop named data. In the list.js, the list item component is used to render the name of each item. Your only goal is, so this is the important notes, is your only goal is to make sure that the names of the items render as expected. So as I said, like almost all of these, these function, the components, the page is already there. So the only goal is to render the items in that component, in the list component, I guess. So you may be tempted to modify list item to show more information. You will do that later. So you will only need to show the name and nothing else. If you want to pick at the future, this wireframe is what your list could look like closer to the end of the project. The data you need is already being passed in the list, so you already have the data. You don't need to fetch it or anything, it's already featured and you already have it as a prop. The only thing you need to do is to render it in the list component. I will open this wireframe to show you how the app will look like almost. This is just a simple wireframe. So styles in the end will be on you, how you have all the freedom how to style it. So the only thing you need to do actually is none of this. Just the only thing you need to do is to render the name. So don't go ahead and like to do all of this. The only thing you need to do is render the names. That's all you need to do. So that's it for the first issue. Is there any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah.
Does it mean we're just to display just the way it looks, the outcome, the wireframe, or we are supposed to also style it?
You are not supposed to style it or anything. This is just an example, just to give you an overview how things will be in the future. Okay. But for this particular issue, the only thing you need to do is to render the names. That's all what you need to do. The names of the items in the database. Okay. So you don't need to do any of that. Is that clear?
Okay. So can I ask a question? So we don't need to put the checkbox, right?
No, you don't need to put the checkbox. You don't need to put anything, only the name.
Okay.
That other, the checkbox and the other things, they will be covered in another issues. Is there any question? Another question for this issue?
The other question is, okay.
Yeah.
So 2 people will work on this, right?
Yeah.
Or is it 4 people working on this?
It's 2
we'll
people
work on one
working.
issue.
Yeah, 2 people will work on one issue. I will assign the issue for 2 people later, just to go through the second issue, and then I will let you choose.
Okay.
Which group want to work on. Okay, if there isn't any other question, I can go to the second issue.
Okay, I just wanted to add something about this very first issue. So we are just trying to make sure that you're able to assess, you're able to read what you sent to the database. So no styling, no checkbox, nothing, just like something very basic to make sure there's a connection between our app and Firebase.
If I remember good, I saw like in the code, there is already, they are already styled as a flex. So you just need to render them, I guess. And you can like take a look at the repo you cloned and try to understand what each function do and that stuff. I mean, it's not necessary to know how we are fetching data and that stuff, but if you want to know how, you can just check the function. Is there any other question? Okay, I will go to the second issue. As a user, I want to be able to navigate to all the pages in the application by clicking the links in the navbar. So when you first open when you do npm start, you saw a navbar at the bottom of the page. So that is the navbar we are talking about here. So users need to be able to navigate between the pages of our application in order to, oops, sorry, give me just a second. Users need to be able to navigate between the pages of our application in order to access all of its features. There is a navigation bar in the layout component, but it's not quite feature complex. The links in the nav element don't actually allow the user to navigate from page to page. So this is what was mentioned in the first issue, if you remember, that the navbar is not working. And the purpose of this issue is to fix the navbar. So this is the acceptance criteria. By the way, this is just the stuff that needs to be done, but not to be done, but it should be there. When you make the pull request, you need to make sure that this acceptance criteria has been fulfilled. So the nav element is added to the layout component. Links to the home list and add item pages of the app are in the nav element. The links are functioned as expected using the nav link component from React Router DOM. So you will be using React Router DOM. The official docs for the nav link component will come in very handy. While a standard anchor element could allow a user to navigate from page to page, the nav link components add additional behavior that is essentially to our app functioning correctly. So this is our second issue. If there is any question. All right. So let me just see who is working with whom. Yeah, here. So for the first week, we have Glesta working with Victor and Michelle working with, sorry, I can't meet. Is it Midi? Can I just call him Midi?
Yes, Midi. Just call me
Okay, Midi. Okay, thanks. Sorry. So which group wants to take which issue? If anyone has preference.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
If anyone have a preference, which issue they want to work on, they want to work on.
Yes, I would like to work on the first one. I don't know if my mate is okay with that.
Okay, if all the collaborators are good with that, I can assign you the first one with your coworker. Okay, that is okay. Amidi and Vector. Okay, well then just is it for the GitLab, the username for GitLab?
You guys can help him post your username on the chat so that he can locate you on GitHub.
So I can just look.
Okay.
Rita, while you assign it, we can just go ahead to create the branch for at least one of the teams. Since we're already behind
Yeah,
schedule.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So does any team want to share their screen so that we'll go through the creation of your very first branch? So we have a naming convention, your initials, your teammates' initials, and then what you're working on. So we can just use one team to test. Does anyone want to go share their screen so that we can create the branch together?
Open it.
Sorry? I didn't get that.
Open the code. I just want to open the code so I can share my screen.
It's okay. All right.
Sorry, I wasn't sure. Is someone sharing the screen or should I or?
Yeah, you can share your screen. Did you have VS Code already open? Anyone that has the project where they can share.
Okay.
Oh, media
awesome.
sharing.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So let me quickly check your pairing with Michelle. Okay. Okay. So that would be your initials, like 2 letters. Your initial of your first name or initial of your last name. So for example, Mide M, and then your last name, the first word of your last name. Okay, so
Okay.
A, so MA or IA, Mide, IA.
Yes.
Yeah, so dash. Are you typing? It seems your screen is lagging. I can't see the.
It's not lagging. Can you see? What do you want me to type?
Okay, so git checkout -B.
Okay.
We're trying to create a branch for you and your teammate.
First, we need to pull the most recent changes, though, right?
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, so you probably need to update the main branch before checking out. No, there are changes.
Okay. So I have to do Git pull.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
It's not that you can do it afterwards, but it will complicate things, which we will discuss sooner or later. But for now, it's simpler to just do it at the beginning.
Okay. IA.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It will it be easier to use small letters instead of capital? Okay, so dash, then the initials of your teammate. That's the initial. MD. Yeah. Dash. Then what are you guys working on? What issue are you working on again?
We're pulling the list.
First one. All right. So you can write something like read items, or read shopping list, anything related to your issue, so that someone can just like look at the branch name and know what you're doing.
Read shopping list. Is it fine like this?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So you can just push the branch to GitHub so that your teammates won't have to create it. She'll just pull down. And then.
Okay, so I should just go Git push. Well, I can't commit a branch. I have to push. There's nothing on my branch. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay that there's nothing. Yeah. If you have the latest version.
All right.
Yeah. So you don't have the latest version, so you need to create the upstream first. So you just need to type Git push -u. Git push -u origin, and the name of your branch.
Oh, okay.
Space, yes, exactly, and the name of your branch, yeah.
Okay. So I think that's done.
Yeah, well done, Mide. So I hope the
Okay.
other team can be able to create theirs when they want to. One person can just create locally and then push to GitHub. The other person can pull down. I mean, Clester and Victor. So Rachel can just pull down this branch and then you guys can start working. So this is the naming convention we'll be using. So to just be easy to look at the branch and then know who worked on it and then what they worked on. All right. I think that is all. We are 4 minutes late.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, guys. I think that is all. Are we missing out anything? Anybody have anything to say? Questions, contributions, anything at all? Okay, who's raising their hand? Rita, okay.
Me.
Rita.
Yeah, I just want to say to them to communicate on Slack. So everything will be like visible for us and for your teammates and for the other teams. Where is the project heading? Have fun.
All right. So we are going to create a thread for easy communication so that we can just easily look at the thread and know what is going on if you're blocked, if you're stuck in any way. So we have a bot that does that. I'm going to do that immediately after this call so that you can start communicating. So one last thing, as you're going to start your project, don't be afraid to reach out. We like you when you ask questions. That's the truth of the matter. We like you when you ask. And we are always ready. So one thing you need to be sure of is that we are rooting for you to succeed in this project. We are rooting for you. The mentors want you to succeed. And we are going to give you everything that we can give you for you to succeed. So please take advantage of it, okay? All right. Bye. I guess we'll be seeing on Slack. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Nice to meet you,
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Nice
All right,
meeting you.
Mhm.